By innate gifts from God the Father, I mean the following: writing, music, art, teaching, leadership, government, business, learning, warfare tactics, farming, parenting, household management, crafts, construction, etc. 1 Corinthians 12:6. Of course, the Father also gave other gifts like salvation and even Jesus Christ, who brought salvation to the world. But these latter gifts help in one's first purpose, which is the relationship with God. The innate gifts help one's second purpose, which is serving God by serving humanity. When God formed us in the womb for a specific purpose, He placed inside us the talents people often call their passions. But don't be fooled. Not all passions come from God, which is where discernment comes into play. These are our innate gifts. Innate means from one's birth. Innate means in our nature. People don't need the Holy Spirit or salvation to function in these gifts. In fact, people don't even need to serve God or their divine purpose to operate in these gifts, and most of the time people do not. They don't even need to be saved, they just need to be breathing. We can see this reality today in the world around us. Singers and musicians created to lead the praise and worship of God, or to provide healing and encouragement in this life to the people struggling around them, instead use God's gifts to serve themselves, and inadvertently, Satan. Yes, I said Satan. If there is one being in this universe who doesn't want people using their innate gifts for what they were intended, it is him. He isn't just the father of lies, John 8:44, he is also the father of selfish ambition as well, Isaiah 14:13. Writers are no better, we can be a wretched lot. Many of us are gifted to spread God's message of hope, to share personal testimonies of something we've overcome, to educate, or to inspire through wholesome fiction. But instead we use our God-given talents to churn out filth. We use our gifts to teach people that right is wrong and vice versa. Instead of writers leaning on God for their inspiration, to be their muse, many unknowingly lean on Satan and his demonic host. And believe me, demons are also eager to inspire, and they too have much to say. This goes for many musicians, singers, painters, and other creative professionals. Healthcare workers, law enforcement officers, teachers, construction workers, you name it. These are gifts and passions God placed inside the person from birth. But operating in them does not mean these people are walking in their purpose. Serving in one's purpose task means to serve God by serving the community God sent them to. Otherwise, without being sent, the person is just making a living through their innate talents and passions. They might be serving the community through their work, but deep down, they're serving their own desires, purposes, social standing, and financial goals. Even for parents, this is often the case. One can have the gifts and yearning to raise children even from an early age, but anybody can become a father or mother, whether through procreation or adoption, but that does not mean the parent is walking in their purpose. When Abraham was called to be a father of a nation, through his son Isaac, just raising Isaac wasn't enough. Abraham had to raise Isaac in a godly manner, in a way that the son could learn about God and follow God into adulthood. God never commended Abraham for being a father. He commended him for being the right kind of father. In the following passage, Isaac wasn't even born yet, but God was showing favor to Abraham because he knew Abraham would fulfill his fatherhood purpose to the utmost. And the Lord said, "Shall I hide from Abraham what I am doing, since Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him? For I have known him, in order that he may command his children and his household after him, that they keep the way of the Lord, to do righteousness and justice, that the Lord may bring to Abraham what he has spoken to him." Genesis 18:17-19. Being a parent isn't enough. If this is one of your various purpose tasks, and if you have children it certainly is, you have to be the kind of parent God desires you to be. You have to parent with Him at the lead, or you are parenting for your own purposes at your whim. God gave us these special talents to help the people around us. Satan hijacks these talents to tear us all down to hell with him. Just look at the porn industry. The directors and video producers of this industry were probably innately fashioned to create movies of inspiration, hope, wholesome entertainment, or educational content to build up the community, not tear it down. Instead, they churn out filth and help promote the diabolical sex trafficking industry. They churn out filth to line their pockets. Many celebrated Hollywood directors are just one short step more respectable than these. Whatever our innate gifts, Satan will always try to appropriate them to build up his kingdom rather than God's. And like the other, more spiritual gifts, these innate gifts can be primary and secondary. The primary gifts are vital in accomplishing the purpose. The secondary might be meant for other things. For instance, your purpose could be to be a parent. As such, your primary innate gifts might help with parenting and keeping up the household, but the secondary innate gifts might be used to provide finances for taking care of the household. For instance, to provide for you, God could give you a passion and skills for trade work, like construction, plumbing, or electrical, or more creative skills like writing or painting. Lastly, God can use someone's innate gifts to propel them to their purpose through other means. For instance, if God gave me the skills to play professional football or some other sport, the gift can help build a social or financial platform off the field, which helps said person step into their real purpose. With the platform, the athlete could start a charity for orphan outreach, curing cancer, or whatever God led them to do. The purpose would be situated out there, and God would use the sport to get them there. Such talents can open the door: sports, acting, music, writing, etc. God will often use these innate gifts to build a platform of community outreach through the initial entertainment of the gift, as well as the inspirational testimony of the person walking in the gift. Yet this platform, not the gift, would be the purpose. This will likely be true for many creative athletic professionals. Not all, to be sure, but most. The core reason for my explanation of the three categories of gifts was to show readers that one's gifts are not one's purpose. These gifts merely support one's purpose as well as the daily faith journey. More to the point, anybody can walk in their innate gifts, spiritual gifts, or ministry gifts, and still not walk fully in their divine purpose. However, for one to successfully live out their purpose, one must operate in all their primary gifts. I could be a writer, share the gospel to a stranger once in a while, even receive prophetic words from God every night when I go to sleep, but that does not mean I'm walking in my purpose, the divine task. It just means I'm breathing and have the Holy Spirit dwelling inside of me. But whatever your gifts and righteous passions, use them for God's glory. Use them for your real reason for living on this earth. If you don't know what your gifts might be, ask the one who fashioned you. He's only one prayer call away, and I assure you, he wants you to know.